Hello everyone, and welcome to a Late Gaymer, my channel. This is the very first video I've ever done, and I'm a huge RWBY fan, if you couldn't tell by the shirt and all the RWBY paraphernalia in the background here. But today I wanted to start doing a RWBY series called RWBY Reviews of various products that are currently on the Rooster Teeth website, and also products that may have been on there in the past and that are currently no longer on there. I'm one of those people that during the pandemic, I got into rebuilding my video game library, and one of my favorite shows is RWBY. And so I have been just collecting all sorts of various RWBY products, official and unofficial, since then. So I have been looking for someone else to do a review on some of Rooster Teeth's products that they have just put out. Currently, those being the thumbsticks for the PS4 and PS5 controllers alongside of the Switch, but also the Nintendo Switch game case that just came out not super long ago. So I figured I would combine that video with also doing a product review of the Nintendo Switch game case that they currently have listed on their website. So combining all of that into this video, buckle up, get ready. We're gonna talk about all of them. And if you all have any questions about anything I talk about today or anything you see in this room, feel free to leave it in the comments below. So starting off with the first product, we're gonna be talking about the case. This case is great because it works with every single Switch that is currently available from Nintendo. The Switch Lite, the original Switch, and the Switch OLED. Rooster Teeth currently has it listed on the store as Nintendo Switch Lite case, but I own the original Switch and an OLED, and they both fit great. Just really quick on the inside, you've got these great rubber straps that you can put over the Joy-Cons. They kind of line up exactly with where the Joy-Cons meet the screen, and it holds it in great. You've got on the front different little pockets that you can put either your micro SD card in, or technically it's for the Switch game cartridges. And then in here, you've got a top pocket for whatever you feel like putting in there. Right now, I've got two of the Joy-Con, the safety straps, and whatever we call the things that go on top of them. I really should know, but it is what it is right now. But just to show you all what it kind of looks like, this is the original Switch. Yes, mine is hacked. And there's my phone in the background. Talk about a plot twist. So current original Switch, and just sometimes I'll set them right on top just for simplicity's sake. Shut the case, it's great. If you all want to see it with the actual straps on, I will do that for the next one. And here is the OLED, upside down, right side up, there we go. And I'm currently playing Skyward Sword. Haven't gotten around to it, but that's the whole point of this channel. I'm a huge video game fan, and my goal is to go back and play a lot of the titles that I have not played yet, or have not 100%ed, and blah blah blah, but that's for a different video. Here's what it looks like with the Nintendo Switch OLED actually sitting in there. As you can see, these straps are very great. They hold the Switch in there great. It's not going to fold out. It's pretty snug in there. This part goes over the screen. It kind of acts as a screen protector, and voila. It's very compact. It's not really big. My actual original Switch case that I have, this was from Amazon, I believe. They also sell this at Target. Not sponsored or affiliated, just so you all can kind of have some kind of reference. But this is the one that comes with the grip and all that jazz. But they're roughly about the same size. This one has a bit more squared off edges, so it's a bit more smaller than this one, whereas this is more oval shaped, as you can kind of tell. Kind of stacked on top of each other. You can kind of see the other one sticks out just a little bit more and is a little thicker, but this one is built for that grip to actually fit in there with a couple other things, so there you go. But yeah, so this case, great for any Switch owner who is also a fan of RWBY. Highly recommend it. It's got a really solid top, really solid bottom. Yes, we're going to be doing a lot of puns here at this channel because I'm a big fan of puns. So highly recommend it. If you are looking for another Switch case, when I got this OLED Switch, I was like, I'm going to need another case for this Switch. So here we go. Transitioning to the thumbsticks on the PS5, Nintendo Switch, and the PS4 controllers. On their website, these are currently listed for $9.95. I ended up getting these with the pre-order for the hardshell case for the old Switch. It's no longer on the website, which I'm not 100% sure why, but once I get that, I will be doing a product review for that. It is currently only for the original Switch, old Switch model, which is totally fine. My old Switch needs some revamping. It's just kind of bland, and you know, with the new one, it's all cool and shiny. But I will review that when we get that in, and they are currently shipping them out. So fingers crossed we get it soon. But on the website, these are currently listed only for the PS4 controllers. It doesn't say anything about PS5, but they do fit. So I currently have mine on two of my DualShock controllers. I've got the nice white original and the nice red. And these are a little tricky to get on these specifically, but with a little bit of finagling, they do get on. So really the way these work, and I will show you all because the back of the casing doesn't really do a super great job, at least in my opinion. I mean, it shows you putting them on there, but I was like, oh, you've got to flip them inside out. And even then, it's kind of a little difficult to get them on the actual controller. So we're going to be using the original Joy-Cons just for simplicity's sake. And you flip it inside out, and you just pop it right on top of the Nintendo controller. And for me, because this was a lot of fun taking them on and off, sometimes it helps if you wrap them around like your thumb or one of your fingers to flip them up, and then you place the flipped up side onto the actual Joy-Con, and whoop-bam, that actually went on fantastic. I cannot believe that went on so well, because first couple times I did this, it did not go great. Also, a cool fun fact, these are a pain in the butt to get back into the packaging as they were. So if you're one of those people that just wants to buy them for display purposes, which is totally fine, I would not recommend taking them out. However, if you are planning on using them, just be forewarned, they're very difficult to get back in the packaging. I almost lost Weiss's little thumbstick controller because it got stuck in the packaging when I was trying to get them back in so I could do it for this video. But anyway, flipped again, put it right on top, and bam. Second time's a charm, because figured I would show people how to do it, because the back of the packaging, I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but we're gonna wing it. Here we go. But yeah, so this is what it looks like on the original Switch controllers. These are raised off the thumbsticks, so it gives the thumbsticks a bit more of a rounded feel, if that makes any sense. So instead of being more flat in nature, you have a nice curve to the thumbstick. I think they feel good. It's really cool to feel all the individual parts of the emblem because they're not all together. The only concern for these would be over time to see if they wear. Sometimes, Rooster Teeth, I love y'all if you're watching this, but your products over time don't last the best. But I have owned these for a little close to a month now, I believe, and so far they're holding up pretty good. I try and rotate my controllers pretty regularly, just so I use all of them. I don't like using the same controller week to week just because I want to make sure they're all getting used. And then Yeah, I mean, just so far, I enjoyed them. I recommend them if you're one of those people that likes to customize your controllers. I'm really looking forward to customizing my old Switch with the RWBY hardshell case, and I will be reviewing that once that actually shows up. All right, and now that Yang and Blake's little thumb grips are on the back there, you can kind of check those out on the red and blue controllers. They're looking very nice. Yeah, the only other thing I forgot to mention about these is that they do collect dust kind of well. So you will see dust on them if you just kind of have them on display on your controller somewhere. But besides that, 100% recommend them. So finally, going on to our last piece, which is the RWBY Nintendo Switch game case holder. I really like this. This is cool because it's got all the RWBY emblems on it. It's got a magnet in it, so it's a magnetic case it closes. It's very satisfying to open and close. Right there, you can see what it looks like front and back. It's got this very nice, all the logos all over it. As you can see, also my nails need to be redone. They've been on for a week, so I need to get them redone. And inside, you actually can see I have some of my Nintendo Switch games in there. All the spaces are exactly the same. They can hold micro SD cards and your Nintendo Switch games. I will put some pictures and videos in this that I have taken because they can hold various other things as well. If you have any of the micro SD card holders that are in the shape of the Nintendo Switch cartridge, those go in there great. Just in general, this I feel like is way more safe than the Nintendo Switch little pockets here that we have for this thing. That's just my personal opinion, but you can also see the whole game cartridge, whereas actually in the Nintendo Switch case, you can only see half the cartridge. So yeah, highly recommend this. I think this was anywhere between 15 to 20 bucks. I'm gonna pull it up just to double check. Yeah, $19.95 on the website right now. They're running a lot of sales recently on certain items, so just keep an eye on the websites or subscribe to their email newsletter. They usually email people when they're putting out sales. And the thing for this is I actually will put this in the zipper pocket of the Nintendo Switch, or you can just set it on top so that the screen cover protects your screen, and it fits in there just like so. It doesn't cause any damage to anything because it's behind that, and on top of that you got the Switch cover. It fits in there great. I highly recommend it if you are one of those people that has a bunch of physical copies, or if you just like the way it looks and you want to buy it for collection purposes, because that's what I did. But I also have a lot of physical games that I like bringing with me. So yeah. So just in summary, really quick, we talked about the RWBY Nintendo Switch case from Rooster Teeth. We talked about the official thumb grips for the PS4, PS5, and the Nintendo Switch controllers. If you have any questions about any of them, feel free to let me know in the comments below. I will leave links to them in the description. They're not affiliate links. They're there just in case you feel like checking them out. And I look forward to the next RWBY review that I do. I recently got the dual-sided RWBY puffer jacket and also the calf socks from the website. So let me all know in the comments if you all want to see that. If not, I will probably be posting the video anyway because the jacket sold out like hotcakes, and it's an awesome jacket. So I'm excited to talk more about RWBY and other products in the future, including some video games that I'm currently working my way through and 100%ing trophy-wise on PlayStation. So yeah, so looking forward to that, and thanks for watching.